Yo, what's the deal? It's your man T History. Just a little brief joint, little segment on biting, originality. It is what it is. Always said this a long time ago. I got it from sports, and it's called a copycat league, which I've told people on many of lives that I've done or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it feels good because when you start these things and it's trendy, and that's why you do those when you make catchphrases. And I've noticed since I've been out here, like I said, doing the interview and doing the questions and seeing Nori, and when people would always joke and laugh at the ice cream, hot, cold, make a joke out of it. Next thing I know, I see other people interviewing and they're doing the questions. Cool and dandy. But one thing about biting and the originator, and like I said, I'll give a shout out to my bro, um, Street Knowledge. That's why I always give Tony Black and Generation X podcast love, is because it's like we also have an insider joke or insider phrase, and we both like it, and he heard me say it, and sometimes he uses it as an analogy. And he always, whenever he says it, he would always be like, "Yo, like T History, he just shows love to it," and that's how brothers and sisters supposed to do when you get something for somebody. But it's all cool and dandy. He especially knows, but that's how you appreciate. Just like if if you're a real journalist or you was like an author, if you wrote a book, like when you're inside of a book, if you're a real novelist or something like that, you can't just steal literature. So if you take anything out of one book and you put it into your book, you have to like put an insert in the book and let it be known that that's where you got it from. So in that field, you can't bite lyrics, you can't bite a thought process or whatever. Um, so like even when it comes to screen yard and stuff like that, that's why I give a major shout out to people I came up with like Devil Cloud Chaser, Bullis Gotti. That's why I like Bullis Gotti. If you listen to him a lot of times, y'all might seem like he vent or he's crying, but he always hear Bullis Gotti always like a lot of people took from him. They stole, they got it from him. People used to be around him, and he don't be lying because there's a lot of stuff because I was around him, and it's a lot of just eating off of that boy's plate. A lot of stuff like the screen yard, having people come up on panels and stuff. A lot of people was not doing that, you know, before Gotti. Big people, you know what I'm saying? People have more numbers than him now. You know what I'm saying? People that, you know what I'm saying, they sit there. That's why I came up with the Bush Babies. That's why I come along with stuff like the Bush Babies. Again, the WWE thing was it set into history, you know. And then next thing you know, that goes around, it travels. But that's one of those things that, yeah, came and brung to the game. But one of those things that caught on, and it's one of those, again, trendy type of things where people are going to use. You just, you kind of accept that with the game. Is, everybody uses it. You know where it came from, so you just appreciate it, even if you don't get the props for it. But it is what it is. Um, Another niche is what I noticed also being with my boy Bullis Gotti is around this time and later. Like I even used to get joked or one of the dragon times is when I first started me, before StreamYard talking to the computer trying to get subscribers doing my show, you know what I'm saying, at this time, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Even almost up to the last 5 or 6, 7 months, people be like, "Oh man, you're cool, but you come on too late. You're talking about the time, talking about the time." But as again, because of COVID and certain things, people start gravitating to it, and then people would still be like, "Oh, you too late, too late." But now, just starting seeing again the same thing with the Gotti situation, where a lot of people are starting to set up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, and they're just like me. They're East Coast guys, and not even West Coast people. Where you can understand the West Coast do that 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. It would be 1 o'clock on the East time. You got Midwestern people, East Coast people starting their show in the morning when it used to be like T History friendly. All of a sudden people are coming on in the middle of the morning when it used to be a laughter. Oh, nobody got time to be up at that time and come on. And it just seems funny to me, that people, don't acknowledge that or have the right to just come out and say, oh, like, that's a good idea. He came up. So it is what it is. I get it. It's a copycat league along with, what's the hottest topic. Just like, what was burning it up last month, which happens to Kwame Brown. Now that is sizzled out. The beef thing is sizzled out. So it's like, it's what's next, you know? That's the greatest thing though. But like I said before, in certain areas, it's good because it's like, where's the content gonna go? Where's it's gonna move further? What's gonna be the next thing? And it makes it for, like, the way that they're coming down, YouTube coming down with people being able to be disrespected by using other people's content, talking about people in a certain way. So they're starting to break down when, if you really ain't got it, you ain't got it. And being original is going to start to be key. And like I said, time slots ain't really got nothing to do with it. But I just been peeping stuff lately and just looked at how that, it's just kind of funny to me that, I used to be like one of the only people that do it on a consistent basis, and then all of a sudden I start seeing these people like starting to set up at these times now. Like, oh, looking at numbers, like they always say that the platform, my channel is trash or whatever, but somebody got to be watching, or somebody got to be paying attention and saying, maybe if I did that with my following at that time, the way that he do it, and the way people like me and my front and self, and the way I can tell my little, what I'm saying, my stories about my celebrities and my name dropping and me acting like I know this and I was a part of that people will catch on and gravitate to me in those time slots. I get it's a Cappy League, so it is what it is, man. But just understand, man, at some point you have to be original. At some point you're gonna have to, but the thing is, like they say, you do it in other times to sound cool. In other conversations, give a person his roses. So give a brother his roses, you know what I'm saying? Don't just nibble on a man's shit. Don't just nibble off a nigga's time slot. Don't just nibble off a nigga's catchphrase. Don't just nibble off of nothing and just sit in the bushes and act like it didn't happen. But that's why y'all are the bush babies, because then you can do stuff like this and act like you didn't know anything about it. You just came with the time frame. You just came with the catchphrase when it's not the case. But hey, everybody have a blessed morning. Keep doing what you do. Get your numbers going. Keep it rolling. And even when I applaud you and I come, I give you a like and I say stuff and I comment and I say hello and I big up your platform and you act like I'm not there, but then you turn around and you steal my shit. Hats off to you guys. I'm out. History.